What's going on, guys? This is DaWoblefet, and welcome to Mechanics Monday, a series where I pick a mechanic to analyze each week that may be underexplored or unknown to players in the VGC community. This week, we're going to be exploring the properties of Magic Room, a move that has seen increased usage in the Sun series of VGC 2019 on Choice Scarf Tapu Lele. I've seen a lot of misconceptions about how Magic Room works, and I think that seeing the move in action might help clear most of those up, especially surrounding Magic Room's role in the choice item lock glitch. Let's start off with the basics. When Magic Room is used, all held items are negated for 5 turns. When I say negated, I mean that Magic Room prevents the effects of items from working, but the items themselves don't go anywhere. You can think of it like Magic Room turning every item on the field into a Pokeball. The items didn't actually go anywhere, but they just don't do anything now. The classic VGC 19 combo with Magic Room involves Choice Scarf, Magic Room Tapu Lele beside a Mewtwo. Against the lead of Smeargle Xerneas, by using Magic Room, Focus Sash is negated, so Mewtwo is able to one-hit KO Smeargle despite it holding a Focus Sash. Additionally, because Xerneas' Power Herb was negated, attempting to Geomancy on this turn is very risky, as now Xerneas is stuck waiting 2 turns for Geomancy to complete. Magic Room is similar to Trick Room, in that you can use it again to reverse the effect of Magic Room early. This is in contrast to a move like Tailwind, which just fails if you use it while it's already active. Magic Room doesn't work on every item, however. Mega Evolution, using Z-moves, Primal Reversion, and any other item that can initiate a form change is not stopped by Magic Room. As you can see, Groudon is able to Primal Revert just fine, and Yveltal is able to use a Dark-type Z-move with no trouble at all, despite Magic Room being up. While not quite relevant to VGC, if Arceus or Savali are out under the effects of Magic Room, then they keep their typings, but Judgment and Multi-Attack become normal-type moves. As you can see here, my Arceus Steel is still immune to the opposing Gengar Sludge Bomb, but Judgment also doesn't do any damage to Gengar, and that's because Arceus' plate was negated for the purposes of Judgment. When Magic Room is up, some moves and effects involving items work, and some don't. If my Incineroar here uses Knockoff when Magic Room is set up, then Knockoff still receives the boost in power and will remove its target's item for the rest of the game like it normally would. Additionally, Recycle will work just fine, though the new item you've recycled back won't come into effect until Magic Room ends. However, Fling just straight up doesn't work anymore. It will always display, but it failed. Acrobatics and Unburden both also are completely unaffected by Magic Room. By that, I mean that using Magic Room won't automatically give Drifblim doubled speed from Unburden. It still needs to lose its item first. In the same way, if you've already consumed your item, like a Psychic Seed, and Magic Room goes up, you still retain your doubled speed. It doesn't get reset or anything. Magic Room's mechanics really only start to get hectic when choice items are involved. At face value, nothing really unusual happens when choice items are negated. Like any other item, the effect of a choice item is lost immediately. A choice band Groudon, for example, would no longer have access to the choice band boost. As you can see from the damage calculation on the screen, my Tapu Lele would not be able to survive this Precipice Blaze if it wasn't for Magic Room turning off the choice band boost. As for Tapu Lele itself, because it was holding the Choice Scarf item and used Magic Room, it will be locked into Magic Room as soon as Magic Room ends, either because of it entering naturally, or if Magic Room is manually used again. Importantly, a Pokemon cannot become Choice Locked if it hasn't used an attack yet before Magic Room goes up. As you can see here, Groudon is able to use Fire Punch, despite initially using P-Blades first, because the choice item was negated at the time when it would have been locked into the attack. After using Fire Punch here, Groudon would be locked back into Fire Punch as normal. Finally, if you used Magic Room on the same turn that a Pokemon that was Choice Locked prior to Magic Room attempts to use a different move, then that move will fail, since it's not supposed to have access to it. Interestingly enough, it doesn't even deduct PP from the move that fails. As you can see here, because Groudon tried to use Fire Punch as Magic Room ends, but Groudon wasn't locked into Fire Punch initially, the game doesn't let you use that move that you shouldn't have access to. So it just says, but it failed. Things start to get really complicated, however, when considering what's called the Choice Item Lock glitch. This glitch has been present since Generation 5, but a new variant of it surfaced in Generation 7 that was partially patched during the transition between Sun and Moon and Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon. The first part of the Choice Item Lock glitch hasn't changed. If a Choice Locked Pokemon has its item negated, and the choice item is replaced with some other item, then the move lock status remains despite the Pokemon no longer holding a choice item. Let's see an example of this. Suppose my Emboar here is holding a choice band and locks itself into Flare Blitz. If I use Magic Room with my partner Smeargle, and then switcheroo a Destiny Knot onto my Emboar, nothing immediately changes. After undoing Magic Room, however, Emboar is still choice locked, and moreover, the game displays that Emboar is choice locked into Flare Blitz because of its Destiny Knot. As you might expect, only the choice lock was retained in this glitch. Emboar still doesn't have access to the extra boost from Choice Band, and as you can see, it does less damage than it did at the start with its original Flare Blitz. Switching Emboar out and back in would fix the glitch, as it doesn't have a choice item anymore, and switching out resets choice locks. Back in Generation 5, the first part of this glitch was even more apparent. In Generations 6 and 7, removing the choice item completely with a move like Knockoff would make it so this glitch doesn't occur. However, in Generation 5, the game actually states that the none is preventing the Pokemon from choosing another move. Literally nothing is keeping Emboar choice locked here. Nothing, that is, except for the glitch. The second half of the choice item lock glitch is similarly strange, but it only occurs in Generation 7. To set this up in Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon, you need to start out by setting up the first part of the choice item lock glitch, but this time the item needs to be a consumable item, like a berry or a terrain seed, or you can just remove the item directly with a move like Knockoff. This time, I've choice locked my Groudon into a Citrus Berry. As you can see, Groudon is prevented from using anything but Stomping Tantrum thanks to its Citrus Berry. Now, however, I'm going to trigger Groudon's Citrus Berry with Nature's Madness. Stomping Tantrum goes through like normal. Now, I'm going to use Fire Punch with my Groudon. I no longer have an item, so the game sort of thinks that I am no longer choice locked anymore, and it lets me use Fire Punch with no problem. However, this turns out to be an illusion, and Groudon's Fire Punch just straight up fails. Not only does it fail though, but the whole nature of this Fire Punch fail is really just a fail on the part of the game's coding. As you can see, Fire Punch didn't even use any PP, despite the move being announced. It's being treated just like the situation that happened earlier, with ending Magic Room as you tried to use an attack you weren't choice locked into. This same thing would happen if I tried to use any of Groudon's other attacks as well, so both Precipice Blades and Sleep Talk would also trigger this but it failed message. As you might expect, because the move failed to animate, Stomping Tantrum does get its 2x power boost. So, as you can see here from the damage against Zygarde, the second Stomping Tantrum was doubled. And believe it or not, this glitch was even worse in regular Sun and Moon. In Sun and Moon, the second part of the choice item lock glitch would occur just with Magic Room itself. Here I have the same Emboar and Smeargle as before. Emboar here uses Flare Blitz, locking itself into the move because of Embor's Choice Band. Now, Smeargle uses Magic Room to turn off the choice item from Embor. Just like in Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon, Embor can select another move. But unlike in Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon, the second part of the glitch occurs immediately. Attempting to use Superpower here results in the move completely failing again, not using PP. This means that if people wanted to use Scarf, Magic Room, Tapu Lele in, say, VGC 17, they would have had a bad time. After using Magic Room, selecting any move other than Magic Room again would just immediately fail. Fortunately for us, Game Freak did at least correct some of this glitch between generations, which allows Choice Scarf, Magic Room, Tapu Lele to be a viable move in the Sun series of VGC 19. And that's all for this week's Mechanics Monday. Magic Room is certainly a bizarre move, but with proper understanding of what it means to negate an item, most of the other mechanics can be figured out without too much difficulty. Fortunately, Game Freak fixed a competitively relevant part of the choice item lock glitch between Sun and Moon and Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon, which allows choice-locked Pokemon not to be pseudo-choice locked while under Magic Room. I'm also happy to have some footage of what the choice item lock glitch looks like on YouTube, since I couldn't find anything present besides what I've uploaded previously from some of my mechanics streams. Did you learn anything new today about Magic Room? Leave your thoughts in the comments below. Until next time, have a good one.